Hi, hello everyone, welcome back to a new video on this channel. Today we are going to be talking about SATINE, the group that hasn't even debuted yet, but is already caught up in a ton of controversies that we are going to be discussing today. So without further ado, let's get started. It all started with Dream Academy, the show that produced the 6-member katseye lineup. But there were 20 contestants fighting for a spot in the group, including 𝒉𝒐, Lexi and Samara, who for different reasons didn't end up debuting. 𝒉𝒐 was one of the favorites and people supported her a lot. She didn't take long to continue her path after the show, and even performed as a backup dancer at Coachella for 𝒆𝒗𝒆𝒓𝒚𝒐𝒏𝒆. Lexi surprised everyone since she decided to leave Dream Academy due to mental health reasons and emotional pressure right before the semi-finals started, so people didn't expect to see her again. And Samara stood out in Katseye's pre-debut phase, but she is even more well known for her controversies that came to light at the end of 2023, where it was discovered that she had liked several comedy videos and memes mocking Indian culture. Specifically, they were videos that ridiculed Indian street food hygiene in a very derogatory way. She was also criticized for liking videos that some labeled as Zionist propaganda. And rumors spread that the evangelical church she and her family attended in Brazil shared far-right speeches and discriminatory stances toward other religions, like Islam, and countries like China. This is why a large part of the show's international fandom turned their backs on her and on Prelude. The show ended in November 2023, and almost 2 years later in August 2025, hybe and Geffen Records officially confirmed that 𝒉𝒐, Samara and Lexi had been brought back to form a new global group under the provisional name of Prelude. Plus, they confirmed that the group would have a 4th member and that they would open auditions in Japan to find her. At first, people found it weird that a group was created with members who hadn't been enough to get into katseye. But it's not the first time that hybe does this rescue formula for their trainees. They already did it with an audition, which was a reality show with Kay, Nicholas, EJ and Taki, saved from Island because they couldn't get into enhypen. The show through which they found the 4th member was called World Scout. And after auditions, tests and eliminations, they managed to choose 4 girls who would be the finalists to be part of the group. Among them are Hyori, who has been aiming to become a K-pop idol since she was in the first year of junior high school and auditioned for K-pop several times. Ayana, who might sound familiar to you because she participated in Girls' Planet 999 and later was part of the Japanese group 𝒉𝒐. Sakura and 𝒉𝒐, about whom there isn't much information before the show. Later, Hyori and 𝒉𝒐 were eliminated, leaving only Sakura and Ayana. Both had the opportunity to do performances with the 3 members of the group to see who had better chemistry with them and who did better.
Midnight to the sunrise, coast down along the seaside, in coastline. Yeah, we be going on and on. Do what you wanna do, do what you wanna do, what you wanna do. I wanna be like this, love in the bass gon' switch. I wanna be like this, be like this, love in the bass gon' switch. I wanna be like this, aim for the bass. Show us all ready, turned up before we hit the dawn. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Netizens believe that Ayana looked better in the group, because even to the judges she seemed more ready to debut. She fit the concept of the group, while Sakura was the one who had more visuals and a star quality. After 12 episodes,
축하드립니다. sakura.
It was decided that Sakura would be the one to form part of the group that now went by the name of SATINE. People found it strange that Sakura was the chosen member of the group since, for starters, she is much younger than the others, with her being born in 2010 and the others between 2004 and 2006. 𝒉𝒐, Lexi and Samara all have very strong images, and it wouldn't be surprising if that was their concept, or even leaning toward a sexier concept, which is what sells best in the United States, where it seems this group will be targeted. Many people don't understand how a minor is going to fit into all of this, and they worry about whether Sakura will be safe in an environment like K-pop or international groups where the pressure is daily, and you are exposed to anyone sharing their opinion about you, whether positive or negative. Since the final lineup came out, they have done a few live streams together, and there are people who are already hatting on the members. For starters, it's rumored that Sakura left school in the 3rd grade, which makes her English insufficient to communicate with the other members, adding fuel to what people say about her not fitting in with them. Plus, there has been controversy lately, because in hybe there is already an idol named Sakura, who is the one from LESSERAFIM, and anyone would think that both can be called Sakura, because that is their name and it's no big deal. But little by little, we are seeing that some fancams are changing her name to Sakura Miyawaki, which implies she might change her stage name. And people don't agree because Sakura has had this brand for years, and it wouldn't make much sense to change it for an idol who hasn't even debuted yet. They also say that they hate each other, and that the 3 original members preferred Ayana. I can see that in some live streams they seem to ignore her, especially Lexi.
Silver. You have it? You want to say? Okay. 英語を上手に話せるようになりたい。Yes. Yes. Yes.
But in reality, they have been friends since even before she was chosen to be part of the group.
私韓国で2人で一緒に過ごしてたことがあって、その時に一緒に夜ご飯食べに行ったりとか、ショッピングに行ったりとかしてたので、アメリカに来る前に一番仲良くなったメンバー、やっぱグループの最年長ということもあって、なんかすごく優しいですよ。あと、よくダンスとかも教えてくれたりとかしてくれるので、本当に頼れるお姉さんって感じです。
There are also some who say that this group is going to copy katseye, if they aren't doing it already.
They could describe everything with one single word.
Revolution. Like Socrates. I wanna be like this. I don't be like this. No wait for the bass to switch. Turn up the Friday. Come on. Won't stop. Tuesday. Parties anywhere I go. Hottie, hottie. Sometimes gotta best you out there. Make sure that love me once and know you love me twice. 10 o'clock on the die.
Gonna roll the dice.
My motives get gone. Watch if you're smart.
In the end, they are going to want the same audience and they are in the same company. So it's very easy for ideas that were meant for katseye to be given to SATINE now. Or at least that's what their fans are saying. They also claim that the company is rivaling them since they make them upload the same dances. People are also highlighting how weird it is that right now, while Manon is on hiatus, they decided to launch this group, as if they were telling people that instead of katseye, they should be looking at SATINE. This is everything there is for now. They have released the singles Party Before the Party and We Ride, which are the performance tracks they did with Sakura and Ayana that form part of their pre-debut. We Ride was uploaded with Sakura's vocals, and not Ayana's since she is the one who ended up debuting. I don't know what you guys think about it. Share your opinions because I'll be glad to read them.
And this has been all. I hope you like it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did. It would help me a lot. See ya.